You know what time it is? It's time to get sauce out with another Super Saiyan Jutsu reaction. And we're back with Oshi No Ko. This is episode 3. Episode 2 was kind of wild, man. Ruby, she has her whole idea, her mindset set on becoming an idol, like her mom before her. Aqua, on the other hand, is seeming like he's trying to do everything in his power to make sure that she doesn't go down that path because of what happened to his mom, you know? And I think because he's still an adult trapped in a kid's body, his perspective is that of an adult, right? Whereas, you know, Ruby, she was a kid that didn't really have the opportunity to live up to her potential in her first life. So in this life, she's like, no, I'm going for it. Like, I'm gunning for it, right? So I love the juxtaposition of these two characters. It's so awesome. But obviously, Ruby is still trying to go, and she was like, you know what? She got some auditions. She thought they went well. Aqua interjected in that process. That was crazy. And just seeing them play off each other was kind of interesting to me. But then we have the agency coming back together to essentially put Ruby on. So how is it gonna pan out? They're both now at this new school. They got accepted into this school. And, you know, Aqua having this mentor from the film space and the director of that movie that he was in when he was a kid, like, I'm just really excited about where this could go, because it doesn't seem like it's just going to be a straightforward thing. It's very complex. These characters had a previous life idolizing a particular character. That character then becomes their mom. Like, so it's like, it's very nuanced. So I'm really excited about it. And everybody that has been joining me on my journey with this, man, thank you guys so much. It's so much fun seeing your guys' thoughts and talking with you guys in the comment section. And if you're new here and you guys want to join me on my journey, I do watch this every week, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and join me as we continue Oshi No Ko. Super dope. And if you guys want to catch this uncut, unedited, make sure you guys check out the Phantom Troop. That link is up here. Check that out. Or if you just want the old school vibe of it, you can check out Patreon. Either way, you can get that uncut goodness. But other than that, man, you guys ready to go? Let's get this thing moving.
うちの妹が芸能科受けてじゃないのよね。でも受かったら後輩になるんだ。そっか。
I can hear you. Yeah. Keep that up and I'll bully you.
監督のところ寄るから。じゃあ、今どの辺に住んでるの？聞いてる？ねえってば。あんたどこ中？疑問に全部答えるまで。
Right, she was like, you disappeared.
まだ役者やってるんだよね。
She admired your skill, man.
いや、もうやって。これからカラオケとか行かない？行かねえよ。え？じゃあ、私の家とか。
Oh.
距離の詰め方やばくない？
仕方
ないでしょ。で話でもってわけにはいかないの。いないうちにでかくなったな、おい。仕事はゆっくりしてけよ。
That was great.
一通りは仕込まれたけど、今は裏方志望で監督の助手やってる感じ。そうなんだ。おかわりいるかい？あ、大丈夫です。糖質抜いてるんで。
I'm cutting cards for the role.
大きくならんよ。監督、親元的成長してた。
Nah.
お前、相変わらず大人に対する興味がねえガキだな。
嵐だから。
Oh wow.
いつもウーバー頼りだし。
On the Uber, okay. Not a product placement.
あれは気の迷いで黒歴史。自分に才能があると勘違いしてひどい目見た作品だ。
だそうだ。見たい。
やってる作品あるんだけど、まだ役者決まってない役あるんだ。偉い人に掛け合ってみようか。やらん。いや、演出かじってる人間で知らねえやつもぐりだろ。同名作じゃねえか。
Okay.
興味ある？だから、俺はもうやらないって言ってるだろ。
I like it.
案外する。可愛がられてるから、私。冠城。フルネームは冠城正也。した携帯電話は3台ある。
Oh.
そのうち仕事用とプライベート。
Oh, this is dope. Okay, this is fire. This is fire. Okay, I think I see what's going on. So he's going through old phones, seeing the clues and stuff. That's an old iPhone, by the way. That's fire. So he's going through these clues, and it's almost very similar to like Arrow season 1, where it's like, you know, he's going through the old book, seeing the names of people that failed the city. So he's gonna go through and see these people, and he's gonna get back into the industry or into acting and things like that through this medium, right? It's like, oh, well, if I take this job, I can be closer to this person and blah, blah. So it's almost going to force him into becoming an actor again. This is interesting. I like this a lot. Oh, wow. You weren't writing it down? Oh. 4 years. Wow.
相手の男も女の子みたいな顔しててさ、可愛いんだよ。
やる。
や
プ
る。
ロデューサーに連絡してくれ。
可愛いんだよ。あんた、
Nah.
そういう。
やってやろうじゃねえか。
ああ、ま、別に誰でも構わないし。
Okay, so this is the director. Okay. You weren't gonna tell her yourself? This is gonna be interesting. I wonder if it's gonna drive a wedge, right? Her seeing him reluctantly, like not really excited about getting these opportunities in a space that he seems like he's good at, or he may be good at, while maybe it's taking her a little bit harder to navigate the idol world. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that is gonna show itself, reveal itself in the story.
ママ。
愛と生前交流のあったプロデューサーと接触し、毛根の一つでも回収できればそれでいい。
Yep. Ah, DNA. Okay.
愛の願いを叶えるために。
アクアの出番は最終話に出てくる悪役。
Ooh.
向いてるじゃん。悪い顔してるもんね。
Nah.
うるせえな。
ネット局のドラマ
You got a sinister looking face.
今見れるわよ。
ロリ先輩。
Oh, that's her
お
character.
前さ、そんな顔してて楽しいな。
からかわないで。
素直になれよ。
おい、お前、俺の女に手を出すな。
My hands off my girl.
な、
原作にいないオリキャラが活躍してるし、できるだけ
This is hilarious. The fact that they're actually looking at like what's going on, like it feels like it, but these aren't even the characters from the manga. It's so funny how like the adaptation world is like they're actually focusing on how things are adapted into live action. This is hilarious.
多くの役者をツールで収めるとなると、どうしても物語を
Yep.
カットする部
And
分
this is
が
so dope because they're actually talking about real things, right? Because I know people talk about movies like this, or oh, the book had all this other stuff. The book was 400 pages. A movie is not that long. You know what I'm saying? So it's like figuring out how many, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of thing. And some things, like she said, have to be cut out, unfortunately, or they have to rework the story to make sense for that particular amount of time. Like it's a lot trickier than I think people realize. Like and it sucks because people are fans of these properties and they want to see a good movie, and a lot of times the source material is being reworked, but it's still the same source material. So it's like, oh, we're gonna adapt season 1 into a movie. It's like, hold on, what? How do you do that, one, without cutting out a gigantic amount of information? But then 2, if that is the case, you keep the characters the same, you introduce some new characters to create a different narrative, and now instead of people being excited about seeing what they saw in anime form in live action, they're seeing a whole new Elseworld type of thing that they weren't expecting. You know, like it's really interesting.
役者の演技も。
演技未経験の子が多いみたいね。
Oh. Karaoke
最後
come.
はね、そんなこと言ってたの？死ねよあいつ。
相変わらず口悪いな、お前。
まず下手な演技をするっていうの？でも、うまい演技といい作品。1話の撮影で原作者の先生が現場に来た時、あの失望した顔はきつかったわ。
手の評価を下げてもか。
役者に大事なのってコミュ力よ。昔の私は自分の私より演技がうまい子供はいて、それでも私を使う意味
Nice.
それが大事なんだって気づいた。
Hey, bro. This is a real thing, man. There's a book called Talent is Never Enough. It's by John C. Maxwell. I think for anybody that's in the entertainment industry, arts, creative, any type of thing where it's really about talent, that book is paramount, because it you think, oh, well, I'm talented, so I should be able to make it. No, that's not true. It's actually not. It's actually not even the main thing. It's not even the main thing that gets you places. It's your ability to communicate, negotiate, collaborate. A lot of eights there, right? There's a lot of that's kind of baked into the idea of this book. And man, it will change your whole philosophy on how you want to navigate entertainment or any creative spaces.
さしずめ今の私はまあモデルどもと張っても負けない顔の良さもあるだろうけど。
役者って自信家しかいねえ。
というわけでだからよろ。
スケジュールも終わってんな。
I see the schedule's a disaster too. That's funny. That's hilarious. Hey.
リスケになって大変だったの。
話を聞いてから改めて見ると、脚本と演出は役者に合わせているのがわかる。ダメな演技でも見れる作品にする。なんかやりようはありそうだな。
Okay, look at him. He's looking at it from an artistic perspective, though, which is dope.
部屋の中で主演級が本読みやリハーサルをして、それをもとに監督やできるよ。
雑だな。うちの監督でももうちょい丁寧だぞ。
予算も時間もないのよ。
The budget of the time, and that affects the time, is the budget.
紹介するね。こっちの人は今日のストーカー役。
Not the stalker.
アクアです。よろしくお願いします。態度悪くね。名前も聞けてないんだけど。
主演の成島メルと。
はじめまして。いちごプロ所属のアクアと申します。
Hey.
本日はよろしくお願いします。
よろしくね。
Yeah, same here. Okay.
冠城正也ストーカーを俺が演じることになるんだから。
よーい、はい。
よーい。
ちょっとここ雨漏りがあるな。そしたらこのカット。
Dolly, look at that. I love this.
有馬香奈が見た俺の演技はあくまで年齢と中身のギャップが引き起こした異質感だ。精神年齢に肉体が追いついた今となっては。
Oh, look at that.
ただの役者。
The perspective of that, he's like, well, now that I'm of age, or I'm more of an adult-bodied human, you know, he's a teenager. He's just talking like, all right, cool. Like, I sounded amazing for my age, but now I'm like, all right, well, you know, you've basically your body's caught up to your skill, is what he's trying to say.
一応これでも座長だし。主演級の仕事なんて私にとっては10年ぶりの大仕事だから、そりゃ頑張るし。
So dope that she, her whole focus is so different.
鳥の再会まだ？メルト、この後雑誌の撮影入ってるんだけど。
もうすぐです。キャスト陣は有馬さんがなだめてくれてるので。
ってくれるから雑に据えとくにはちょうどいい。有馬香奈っていう名前は一応世間に浸透してるし、事務所抜けてフリーになってギャラもただ同然でネームバリュー使えるんだからだけ面倒だけどな。このドラマはあくまで潜在、演技力なんて求められてないのに。
こうやって実力が評価される時期が来たのよ。
So crazy. He's like, man, you're not even
評価なんてされてない。
right. You're just being used.
世の中そんなもんだぞ、有馬。せっかくだからめちゃくちゃやって帰る。
He was like, I might as well go out with a bang. Like, let's go. Okay. Okay, so I know we had talked about this in the last reaction, but seeing how they're showcasing the actual film industry and some of the, you know, positions, some of the politics that are involved, how budgets work. Like even in that scenario, I've talked about this almost ad nauseum when it comes to animes, you know, not having, you know, a certain quality or whatever. And I usually always reference back to budget. And I know people are like, oh, it's not because of the budget, it's because the team is blah, blah. The team is hired, right? So the more people that they can hire is because they have a larger budget to bring more people on. If they're taking on 8 or 9 projects, you know, and their teams just are overworked, is because they don't have the budget to hire more people. It's all that it is. It's not any more complex than that. It's really that simple. And productions just function that way. So in that regard, you know, sometimes they'll say, hey, you know what? They're going to try to stretch that dollar, right? So they're like, all right, well, maybe we don't want to do that. Because, you know, you have a producer's job and some other people on crew that are focused on budgets and where money is going, right? So knowing those types of things, to say, okay, we may not need another editor, we may not need a third AC, we might just be good with the second AC, we might be okay with that. Like they're gonna go through particular, you know, itemization of roles to save money. And in this regard, having her there's like, oh, you know, because she's not with the agency anymore, her rate is a lot cheaper. And we can leverage her name a little bit just to get a little bit more credibility. Like this isn't even like a real acting show, so it's all promotional material anyways for these models. So it's like it's not really focused on that. So you know, I love that side of it, right? Because she's thinking, oh, this is great for my career, and you know, I'm really close to this director and blah blah, and it's like that's great, but like she's only looking at it from that perspective. Now, it may come down to the point where she actually understands it and she knows that she's being utilized in that fashion, but she's okay with it because she may see the bigger picture, right? But then at the same time, she may not. She may feel like this guy is genuine in the sense of, hey, he's hiring her because he knows that she's a good actor and he wants her to be the acting backbone of the stuff. And that could be the case, but I can't wait to see how that unfolds. Having Aqua there in his whole journey of not wanting to be an actor and then going into the whole phone sequence, getting these names of people that were in her life, in his mom's life in the past, and now, you know, years later is now back into acting because one of those names popped up in conversation. Really cool. And now it's like, all right, well, is he going to fall in love with this process? Is he going to fall in love with acting and, you know, more in the film industry more than he thought he was going to? Is this going to be like a, you know, hey, this is just a result of you being around it, right? Just kind of affected by your environment. I don't know. These are the types of things that I feel very excited about, in the sense of it feeling nuanced. Nothing feels like it's being forced. Nothing feels like, oh, we're gonna do something for hype right now. Everything feels like the pacing, we're laying bricks right now is what it feels like, right? And there's like this mystery vibe to it. There's a Death Note mystery vibe to it at the same time, with him being a detective, right? Essentially. And then how is this gonna affect, like I said before, the sister? You know, him, you know, getting particular jobs moving forward because of the entertainment contacts, you know what I'm saying? And maybe her career isn't gonna go as smoothly as his is going, but he reluctantly wants to do it, right? So that's gotta cause some level of frustration, because you see in real life where people seemingly get things easier than others, and they may not even really want it that bad, right? So the person that really, really wants it, is busting their ass all the time, whatever, they now become envious of this other person that maybe they just have a natural leaning, a gift, so to speak, in a particular field that they really want to be in, that they bust their ass on all the time, but this person just maybe has a particular look. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not even that good, but they have the look. You know what I'm saying? So you're busting your ass so much at trying to get the skill and the craft dialed just to try to make up for the lack of visual that you have really no control over. You know what I'm saying? So this is interesting. I'm so excited. Sorry for the long-winded. I like the nuance of the entertainment world. being from it, still in it with, you know, show production, and then obviously with Ismahawk with movies and all that, it's exciting to see an anime take on this perspective, and what it means for some of these actors, where they hit it big early on, then they don't hit it, they're not hitting any roles, and what people are saying about them, like they're not people, right? Like, it's really interesting. So let me know your guys' thoughts, man. Episode 3, Oshi No Ko. Please let me know how you guys are feeling about it. If you guys are manga readers, please, how's the adaptation thus far for you? Since you guys are probably the most excited about this whole process as well, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. And if you guys are like me, a non-manga reader, how you guys feeling about episode 3? I'd love to know that. Don't forget, I will be watching this week to week. So if you guys want to join me and continue that journey with me, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Or if you guys want to catch it early and uncut, make sure you guys check out the Phantom Troop. Again, that card is up here. Or if you want the OG variant, you can check out Patreon. Either way, it's still the same nonetheless. I'll catch you guys in the next one.